Greetings, dear viewer. I have played the same champion in League of Legends for over 10,000 hours, and on this champion, Shen, I have always maxed my Q ability first, because it seemed like it was the only obvious choice to do. But then, one day, as I was reading my YouTube comment section, I noticed this comment from a person called ADC Yumi.
Especially with dead bands.
At first I disregarded the comment, but then I noticed something. He said E-max is better than Q-max. In this match we are gonna be trying out the E-max technology in the mid lane, but first we have to E-flash onto the Volibear here to pick up the kill. Whoosh! Got it? Max range. Volley flashes into the wall! Well, that's a good start to the game. We now have acquired one of the feats of strength requirements, the first blood. But I have to tell you something about the theory behind this E-max technology. So, if you don't know, the way Shen's abilities scale is that Shen's Q gains damage on specific level thresholds. These champion level thresholds are 4, 7, 10, 13 and 16, and this is a flat magic damage increase. Ranking up Shen's Q gives you more percentage max HP damage, but it does not increase the flat damage done by your Q, except to jungle monsters. Whereas maxing E actually gives you more burst. I tried to go for an E here, but I got knocked into the tower. That's a little bit difficult by 6. But we have a lot of HP to work with here, so this should still be fine. And when I read this comment by ADC Yumi, I actually went directly into practice tool, because I wanted to try out if it actually could work in terms of dealing damage. We have 200 HP here, so it should be alright. I get hit by that, but I have a lot of HP actually, because I have my biscuits and my health potion. So I'm just gonna auto-attack 6 here, probably gonna burn oh no, couldn't follow up. I still have my health potion because I only used the biscuit. We're gonna set up a freeze here that will force Ziggs to back and teleport unless... maybe we have a possible kill opportunity here. Ziggs is level 4, I'm just gonna ping assistance here. I use my health potion. Oh, we see Volibear out of the fog. But we can actually turn on this. I don't wanna get hit by the E. Get hit by Volibear's W. Ooh, this is a little bit tricky here, a little bit tricky. Okay. Janna is harassing the Ziggs. Attack, attack. I'm still pretty high HP. Janna is just going in. I can't E, because I will die to Volibear if I E. So Janna's just gonna die. But I have my empowered Q coming up. So I can actually look for this. 1, 2. That's a dead Volibear once again. And wave is pushing towards me, so we could thin out the wave. And maybe go for a recall. And make the situation quite alright. Now we can talk about the E-max technology again. So the E-max, the idea is that you reduce your E's cooldown by putting points into it. And we theorized that this is better in range matchups because you're not using your Q whenever it's off cooldown, but rather you are gated by the cooldown of your E. And therefore putting points into your E would give you more frequent trades, which will allow you to push back on this poke from the ranged champion. And when I went into practice tool and checked the damages versus normal target dummies within specific ranges like low HP and medium HP targets, the E-max actually deals more damage in an E plus 3Q burst scenario. So Q-max starts out damaging E-max in extended fights, which may be obvious because you're getting lower Q cooldown as well as more max HP damage. So versus high HP targets, Q-max is gonna give you more bang for your buck. But if your trading pattern in lane is focused around E-ing and then Qing maybe 1 or 2 times, then you are actually better off maxing E. This comes with a caveat or a downside though. So E-max does not give you more energy, because maxing Q reduces the... Ooh, there's a Thresh and a Volibear, but as long as I don't get hit by the hook, I'm fine, okay. Had to go for the perpendicular E, mimicking fighter pilot movement to dodge the incoming air combat missile. I'm gonna flash the mastery mode, but get it disrupted by the Ziggs Q immediately. The Ziggs is hitting his Qs pretty well. I did use my passive shield to block that one. I'm gonna use my W here to block... Oh, never mind. I was waiting for... Ooh, Ziggs is just dead here. Nice gank by the Viego, giving me a little bit more breathing room in this poke-heavy lane. I have my ultimate, but I would maybe like to... Oh, I'll just... this was a mistake. He's just gonna die. Okay, well, now I don't have my ultimate, so I don't have any responsibility for my team. Copium. So I can just push mid wave and maybe look for a recall. And the other downside, so besides having more energy expenditure, because you're not putting down your energy costs, so by maxing Q you decrease the energy cost of Q. The other downside is that your shove is a little bit weaker, because your E does not deal damage to minions, so if you don't level up your Q, you deal, you have less DPS against minion waves. I'm gonna do a little flank around here to possibly, but this is control warded, so my idea is kind of fumbled into water. Sivir picks up a nice kill in the bot lane, that's beautiful. And I guess I will just be farming this wave out quite peacefully. Janna is again hovering mid, but nothing will come out of it. I'm just gonna use Q here. But I will mention that even when we have rank 1 Q here, it does not stop us from last hitting the range minions under tower. So there's no worry about that. And actually there was a significant change in the new season, so season 2025, season 1, whatever, that increased the damage that towers deal to minions. So minions are actually lower HP after one tower shot, and this specifically matters for Shen in level 2 scenarios where you're under tower and your range minions or enemy range minions are being hit by your tower, because you can actually last hit them with a singular adaptive force rune shard as well as your Q. I see Volibear here, we could look for something. There's also a Thresh here. I'm gonna have to use my W to block the Volibear stun and then E out. I'm gonna ignite Volibear to try to get Viego's reset, but I won't be saving that guy. I still have a biscuit. I'm gonna auto-attack this Scuttle Crab to regain energy from my Q auto-attacks. And you can see the energy problem being significant here, because I would have had roughly 60 more energy there if I had max Q. I'm gonna go for an E-flash on the Thresh, specifically dodging the Ziggs E minefield so that I don't take too much damage. Janna clears the path for me. I have my W on Janna, but I mistimed it. I should have used it earlier to block the auto-attack on Ziggs. But Sivir and Janna maybe pick up a kill. Sivir flashes. I might be able to get Volibear here. I have an E coming up soon, but Sivir picks up the kill. That's beautiful. I get an assist because I activated my W, and Sivir walked through the W, granting her a buff that blocks the auto attacks, but you don't actually need to block the auto attacks, you just need to have your W on top of someone in order to give them a buff that then gives you assist on any further kills that they make. Now we're gonna be putting a second point into our Q, reducing the energy cost by 10, but our E is already 4 points in, so at level 9 we will have maxed E, which will be at a significantly lower cooldown than usual, because Shen's E cooldown is very high in the early game, 80 seconds. And now I'm gonna go for the Spectral Scowl as well as the Boots of Swiftness so that I can be dodging those Ziggs Qs more efficiently. There was a happening in the top lane where Janna and Gragas die. Gragas is having a pretty difficult game here, but we are not gonna let that bother us. Our bot lane is having a great match thus far, and we are not in a too shabby situation ourselves. Alright, let's lock in a little bit here. So we have the Winged Moonplate. We have the Spectral Skull, we have everything we need to deal with Ziggs, except wave clear. But by doing this kind of poke, every time my E is off cooldown, I'm gonna sidestep towards the Ziggs there, by the way, to dodge the Ziggs satchel charged W. The Thresh is gonna be looking for a hook here if he didn't cast it already. And Volibear is top side. Looks like Sivir and Corki are just laning side lane alone. Thresh is still hovering mid. I tried to get that plant, but Ziggs was faster on the auto attack. You can notice here that my E is, very fast back off cooldown, but I cannot really look for an aggressive trade because Ziggs is playing so far back up. So by letting the wave push into me, I create more opportunities for myself. Now that Ziggs is going for the cannon minion, I try to punish him here with an E, but Thresh is once again hovering mid lane, so I cannot commit onto that. There's a gank in the top lane. This is a very, I don't know how you'd say it, characteristic high elo solo queue behavior, where supports are constantly roaming in the mid lane and applying pressure on the map. This is something that you won't see in, your average gold elo games, naturally, because the support players at lower elos feel they have some kind of responsibility to always be... Am I just wasting this ultimate on Gragas, by the way? Okay, I managed to get the ultimate through, but I might just have to E out because this situation is very difficult. The enemies have two very big kind of these like bruiser characters. I'm gonna be looking for Ziggs here. I'm gonna take some of the healing Pumbaa fruit here. Sidestep the Q. Get my drag through on Volibear. Gonna use W to mitigate Volibear's W, and then use E to cancel his Q. Try to look for another empowered Q, but Volibear sidesteps it. I'm gonna pick up the plant, help Janna possibly. I have my E back up again because of the Emax technology. And that means that... Okay, listen, there was an idea there. That was not int, okay? Do you see the idea? So my idea is that Ziggs, the only reasonable escape path is flashing backwards. So by casting E into his only, escape path... Can I just get this guy? Okay. The Volibear is dead. Beautiful. But yeah, I was trying to predict Ziggs' flash, but Ziggs actually flashed forward to kill the Janna. But I'm still call worth. That would have looked good if I had made the prediction correctly. It was like a probability, you know. There's a probability distribution that Ziggs will flash forward, and there's a probability that he's gonna flash backward. So the expected value of that play was quite significant, but it didn't end up realizing as well as it could have. But I didn't lose much. I only lost Janna. I'm very close to getting my Hollow Radiance upgraded. The threshold for that is 1600 gold, so we only need 100 more. Thresh is welcoming us once again in the mid lane. I have 30 seconds on my flash. I need to play quite carefully. I'm gonna fake ward the bottom side brush. Because if Thresh was looking at mid lane, he would see me walk towards the brush, and since he's on the bot side of the map, he might just use his Oracle's Lens trinket to try to sweep the bush, but then he wouldn't find a ward, so he would have just wasted the trinket. The Ziggs has vision on me, so he might cancel my back here. I'm gonna cancel it myself, and then look for Volibear here. You see a ward, I'm gonna mount the Volibear. Diego is moving in. I'm just gonna back as my cooldowns are coming back up. But notice the E is ticking down and the E is back up. Could look for something. I'm just gonna E out because the Thresh is looking for an aggressive hook. Try not to miss too many minions. Hopefully I can get this cannon minion. Oh, that was last frame, by the way. That was very last frame. And my E is back up. Could look for an E flash on Ziggs, but the Thresh is hovering once again. So he is covering all my options. I have a lot of gold here, so I don't necessarily want to fight, but Thresh is in a sticky situation. And guarantee the kill with an E. And then I think I'll just shove this wave and look for the recall finally with our 2000 gold. That would afford us a Hollow Radiance as well as a Ruby Crystal, which would be good, working towards our Dead Man's Blade. We have 10 seconds on ultimate. Just gonna clear another wave. The Gragas is still laning side lane. I probably shouldn't use my ultimate on Gragas anymore. Sivir is more a valuable target. But, you know, I don't regret what I have done. I kind of regret my first ultimate. That was quite bad. Around this time in the game, obviously Q-Max and E-Max start to stabilize out. But I do have a specific item that I want to show you this game that I have been playing around with a lot. So after our core build of Hollow Radiance and Dead Man's Blade, I will actually be purchasing... Let's go for the ultimate on Janna here. I have a W so I can block anything, so I'm just gonna safely... Like, there I don't need to do much, right? All I need to do is I need to be ready to W on top of Janna in case Volibear tries to kill the Janna, but Volibear just kind of gave up. Oh, what a beautiful pack. Ruby Crystal, Cloth Armor, Hollow Radiance completed. So as I was saying, after Dead Man's Blade we can go for third item, Stride Breaker, which I have been trying out a lot. And there is some theory here. And the theory is that since we're running Approach Velocity from the Inspiration Secondary, we can actually gain more value from Stride Breaker. As we slow the targets, we also trigger the Approach Velocity. So the idea here is that we EQ the enemy's obviously CC'd, so we get 15% movement speed from Approach Velocity. Ooh, let's see what the Corki does. I'm gonna go for a taunt here, try to punish him a little bit. Sidestep the Ziggs Q, Satchel Charge brings me here. But look at the E cooldown, by the way, it's coming back up. Like, it's 1 second, we could look for Corki. But Corki got full Conqueror stack, so I don't wanna jump in there, especially since I don't have vision of the Thresh, who arrives just in time, as I mentioned him. I'm just gonna Q out like this. I still have my abilities, so I'm completely fine here. I'm not using my E, I'm just baiting the Corki forward. I still have my E. Okay, he didn't. I was trying to get the Corki to W forward, which would expose him to a possible Janna W. Okay, here I'm a little bit low. I'm a little bit low. I kind of want to kill the Corki still. I kind of want to kill the Corkis. All I need to do is dodge Thresh Hook. That's... Oh! No, man! That didn't hit! Okay, I'm gonna ignite and... Man, on my screen the Thresh Hook did not hit. If I casted the E in a more perpendicular direction, my relative velocity from the projectile would have been faster, and I would have dodged it. But my E was aimed like at a flank angle at like, you know, 60 degrees away from the... It is what it is. We made mistakes. The problem there is that, yeah, I get the kill on Corki, but I blow both my summoners, and I give the shutdown. So it's not very good. I'm gonna move towards top lane. I'll try to get the big plant there. These plants, the rose, blood roses are, especially the big blood roses, they are worth an entire minion wave worth of experience, as I calculated in the last video, I think. So I'm gonna be needing to get those as much as possible, and you guys should be prioritizing these as well. It's actually a big thing if you think about it. Like, if you have that kind of rose in the middle of your lane, and then you and your opponent are battling for it, the person who gets the rose, technically, like, the difference is like 2 minion waves, right? Because that gave us a full minion wave worth of experience. But if the opponent would have gotten it, they would have had a minion wave worth of experience, right? So the difference is 2 minion waves worth of experience. So that's pretty huge, right? You're not just missing out on the minion wave, you're actually giving it to your opponent. Similar to how jungle camps work, you know? Let's see here. I have to E out since I was a little bit too close to Mordekaiser, and I had a wall on my right side, or, you know, my bottom side. So the problem is there, I don't have any direction to dodge into, because I only have top side to dodge into. Ooh, look, plants. 900 gold is the dead man's threshold, so I could recall after. There's a teleport mid lane. I kinda wanna get my dead man's plate before I ult, but I'm gonna ult right here. Got the Tamp on Corki. That's a beautiful kill. Threshold goes wide. Janna is taken into Brazil. I have my E. This is a little bit interesting here. I think we could get the tower, probably. I E there just in case the hook would hit me. I'm gonna W on top of my carries to apply the assist buff onto them, so I can get more assists. It's technically like not giving us any more resources, but it's giving me more resources, which I trust myself to use well. I mean, it gave the possibility of more resources for me. We're just gonna focus on the dragon here, get the objectives, play some clean macro League of Legends. And the bot wave is stacking up, so I have a couple of options here. Either go bot lane, depending on if Sivir wants to go. Gragas is also moving bot lane, so maybe the recall is the best option here. Can purchase the dead man's plate, and then we can work towards our where is it? Pardon, yeah. Damn it, but Stridebreaker is the item we want. Gonna swap our trinket to the blue trinket. This is gonna be useful now since Shen's wave clear is, you know, slightly low. Even when we have 2 damage items like Dead Man's Plate and Hollow Radiance for wave clear, we still don't, you know, one-shot waves, right? So I don't often have enough time to move towards the locations where I would want to have a ward, and I just prefer the kind of accessibility of the blue trinket because I can get vision of wherever I need it the most quite fast. Diego is moving towards the Akatan in his Thresh form, and Gragas is looking for something in bot lane. I'm just going to clear the mid lane wave, get some priority. The Corki cannot challenge me here, I am stronger than him, but I cannot chase him under tower because that's dangerous territory. There's a Mordekaiser here, but I have my blasting plat. Bye bye Mordekaiser, I'll just take the quick route towards the Akatan, but my team has already picked it up. Very good. Ultimate cooldown is 35 seconds. So we're gonna be signaling for a play in half a minute. Mordekaiser is looking for the mid lane tower. I'm just gonna ping Viego to take care of the scuttle crab. We're probably gonna lose the tower. I don't think I can stop that. It was a necessary sacrifice. Me laning 1 versus 2 versus Mordekaiser Corki. I could maybe defend it, but this tower was falling anyways. And actually, yeah. I was thinking, where the objective bounties before they get that? I don't think the... I'm pretty sure the tier 1 tower did not have an objective bounty. I might be delusional, but I don't think it did. But right now, the towers have an objective bounty. So was it actually 200 IQ? I'm not sure. To let the tower die, I mean. Okay. Anyways, let's taunt into the Mordekaiser. I am super strong here. I mean, obviously Mordekaiser is like best dueling character versus... I mean, okay, maybe a Gwen is better versus tanks. But like Mordekaiser is super strong, right? But if you miss your abilities, we are gonna punish you. I have an E-flash possibility, but I'm just gonna E directly towards him. Just gonna ignite preemptively to deny any possible healing from Conqueror. And that's gonna be a solid assist for me. I'm gonna try to pick up as much of this wave as possible. Not because I'm somehow not a team player, but rather I think I make use of the resources better here than Gragas. I'm gonna cancel my back and see what we can do here. I have an E on the Volibear. Boom! Another kill for us. To be honest, my damage is quite freaky, honestly. Deadman's Blade, Hollow Radiance, Grasp, Shield Bash, all these runes, bringing us tankiness as well as damage at the same time. Yes, I know my champion is broken. In fact, I actually adore this fact and plainly advertise it as well. Ultimate is up. We should move towards the top side, set up some side lane pressure there, and at this point I think we have to reflect a little bit on the Emax versus Qmax technology. So I've been trying this technology out a little bit. I have practice tool, you know, damage calculation testing, which, you know, it does fine, and then I have played a couple of games where I max E instead of Q. And honestly, I do think there is some potential there. I'm not like completely sold on it, because honestly, you're not always gated by the E cooldown. It's like more about the opponent giving you like the opportunity to E, you know? And those opportunities do not arise always off cooldown. So, like, in theory, I really like this setup. Like, I think the Emax, like, you know, I really like that idea. I think ADC Yumi, I'm pretty sure he commented this like 2 years ago already. But in the same comment, he was explaining that I think heal exhaust is the best setup for Shen, so I kind of I kind of didn't take him seriously there, but maybe he's actually cooking. Maybe ADC Yumi is a secret analyst who knows way too much about the game. Rank 3 ultimate acquired. But yeah, as I wanted to say, the thing is that even when your E cooldown is like, you know what, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, right? You just don't find those E's as often. Obviously, in a fight scenario, you can find them. I'm looking here. Bomba! I didn't need to ult, by the way. Gragas had it without me. But Gragas decides to go for the Bomba flash for the style points. Looked good as well. You know, he E's to the sides to dodge the Corki rocket. I like that. I like that. It's good. Just gonna E to clear this camp. We need a little bit more gold for Stride Breaker. I could sell my Doran Shield, obviously, to acquire it, but I'd rather just keep my Doran Shield. Actually, hold on to my Doran's item for a long time relative to some other people. Obviously, if I have like a... Ooh, hello, Thresh. I have the Blasting Cone here. I do not have the Blasting Cone here. I have E and I have Flash Out. Oh, what? That's T-posing Mordekaiser just flashed over the wall. I get hit by the E. But I should be fine. The Volibear's cutting off my escape path. I don't have enough energy for E, so I have to auto-attack once, get the energy. I think I actually had enough energy after the stun, but before the stun I did not have... Whee! Gragas, go in! That's an order. That's an order. We have 870 gold, so not quite enough for Stride Breaker. Could upgrade the boots into Swift March. Swift March here, like... As much as I've been talking about the statistics on the tier 3 boots, and not always, you know, they're not always the best item to buy directly after your 2 legendary items. These boots do have a lot of synergy with our build, because they amplify the approach velocity as well as the Deadman's Blade. You can see my energy is quite low here. This is not a cause of the Qmax Emax debate, it was just me using my Q too kind of like liberally. And not having any targets to auto-attack. But I have a lot of movement speed here, so we could catch up to someone. I'm gonna sidestep the Ziggs Satchel Charge and the Q, and we could look for an E on the Corki. He sidestepped it like a madman. Okay, Corki. I guess I'm just a nugget, waiting to be spread. Anyone? No? Okay, I'll just E into the top lane. Consider yourself spread, nugget. 25 seconds on the ultimate. We are starting Baron already. That's a good call, I think. It's a call at least. Gragas is trying to keep the opponents away. We stopped the Baron. Did I say Baron or Dragon last time? I meant Baron anyways. What if we just keep split pushing here though? Volibear is there. I don't think they... Okay, now we have to back off. Volibear could be coming towards me. Just making myself known here, applying some pressure. I'm super, you know, safe here. Ooh, we can punish Volibear here. I'm just gonna walk back into my blade and then W the Volibear Q. It's obvious he will come with a Q from the bush. I have an E over the wall here if I need it. Okay, he manages to give me the E range. I still have an Ignite, so I'm just gonna finish him up with an Ignite and a Tiamat. The Ignite is not necessary there, but I don't want to put myself forward into danger. I'm just gonna E over the wall. Relax here a little bit. Meanwhile, team got the Baron while we were tangoing with the Volibear there. I'm gonna Q to trigger the passive shield so that the Gromp will not stop my recall. And then we can purchase new Magic Mantle here as well as our Stride Breaker. But yeah, that's an important thing to note. So obviously Ing over the wall will aggro the Gromp, which means that the Gromp will chase us down. So I'm gonna Q preemptively to get the passive shield, so then when I recall, I don't know why I'm explaining it twice, but it's just these minor details. This is what I love about League of Legends, right? And this is something that shows you the mastery of the character. And this is not a glaze, it's just something like you guys need to think about this sort of stuff. So when you're recalling, is the enemy jungle camp gonna attack you? Is there a possibility to deny minion auto-attacks by Wing while you're recalling because they will focus you, or there's a projectile still in mid-air? So if you have a range minion projectile coming towards you but you want to get the recall, then you might as well QW and channel recall so you get your recall off like 1.5 seconds faster. You know what I mean? Like these small things. We're just gonna keep applying side lane pressure here. Channa is coming out of base, Viego is coming out of the blue buff area. I think he was just farming, he's still taking camps there. Sivir is mid lane. It's a little bit rough here because they have Ziggs Corki, right? Relatively good wave clear, Ziggs at least, and Corki providing some projectile and ammunition. They got the they got the Yordle setup as for carries. I could look for something here. Oh, hello, we find a Mordekaiser. Got downed off. She's just dead in mid-air. I think they were split pushing top, if I saw correctly. Yeah, Volibear split pushing top lane. We do have objective bounties on those towers, or rather the opponents have objective bounties, right? I mean, okay, it makes more sense that we say we have bounties. We blow the Ziggs flash by Ing towards him. And now... maybe we just go get the mid wave, honestly. There's nothing we can do here. We can't end the game versus Ziggs. Volibear does get the objective bounty. I'm gonna ping for Gragas to defend the top tower. I'm not gonna move towards the mid wave because it was gonna die during the travel time of me moving there. So I'm just gonna start focusing these mid waves. I'm not gonna put myself into danger here, but if someone comes up, I will obviously punish them a little bit. Could take some jungle camps on my way out. There's nothing for me to do on the map, so might as well deny the enemy some resources in case they do decide to come from these wolves and try to get some gold, you know. There's a fight going on in the top lane. Let's move towards there. Don't want the ultimate for that, and I don't think I need to either. So I'm just gonna move back towards mid lane. There's 3 people there, so yeah, they should be fine. There is a dragon spawning. I got the E off on the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is probably gonna ult the Janna. Gonna clear the wave here, and then look. We're gonna place our blade, look blade placement, and get the Q now. Nice. So that way we minimize the Q cooldown. Now the Q is already up, it would have been, you know, 0.5 seconds more if I didn't Q preemptively, knowing the Mordekaiser ultimate duration by heart. Thresh is moving towards bot lane. I could look for a recall here just to get some items. Okay, never mind. Ziggs is gonna cancel our recall. Alright. Top wave is slightly gonna push towards us. I'm just gonna try to get some damage here on Corki. Sidestep the Q. There's like a Thresh hiding in the fog of war here, so that's why I'm being super like patient. I think lately I've learned to be more patient in my gameplay, but this also comes like it's like always this kind of balance of like when are you gonna be patient and when do you have to take risks. And I think in general when you're ahead you want to be patient, right? You want your opponents to make the mistakes. But when you are behind, you also have to... Oh no, speaking of mistakes. I get the E on the Thresh, obviously, but I didn't get the flash on the Corki. That's just the misinput. And, you know, no excuses there. I think if I spent more time in practice tool warming up before this match, I would probably hit it. I don't actually have a good item to buy here, but I can go for the Aegis of the Legion, the Giant's Belt. Could even purchase a potion. Yeah, Elixir of Iron here. Got the double down on Corki, as well as Mordekaiser. Boom! Ziggs! Hello! Ziggs! Wait, I got completely blocked by the tower. Whether my E picks up the kill. Gonna look for a drag through on Corki. Got it. Slow. 2 seconds on E. Need to dodge the Mordekaiser stuff. Beautiful. Stride Breaker for the movement speed. Dodge the Mordekaiser E. Finish Corki with 1 auto. Try to sidestep the Thresh Hook. Do get hit by it, but Elixir of Iron Tenacity. Mordekaiser, boom. Double kill. And can we get Thresh still? I think that's game over. But that was the Emax technology with a little Stride Breaker twist. Thank you very much for watching, and I do think I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.